Babe Ruth is one of the best baseball players of all time. Today I'm going to show you his career's biggest milestones from being a pitcher to the called shot. I present Here Comes the Babe. On July 11th, 1914, George Herman Ruth made his major league debut, pitching 7 strong innings to lead the Boston Red Sox over the Cleveland Indians 4-3. The 19-year-old Ruth gave up just 5 hits over the first 6 innings. In the 7th, the Indians managed 2 runs on 3 singles and a sacrifice, and Ruth was relieved. His hitting prowess, however, was not on display that first night, as he went 0 for 2 at the plate. With 2 down in the top of the first inning on October 9, 1916, Brooklyn's Hy Myers blasted the ball deep into Braves Field's cavernous right center field for an inside-the-park home run. It would be the last run allowed that day, as Red Sox hurler Babe Ruth dusted himself off and settled in for the next 13 1/3 innings. In his postseason debut, Babe Ruth, or the Sultan of Swat, led the Red Sox to a World Series title when he pitched a 14-inning complete game gem in his postseason debut. Blue Jays! Ruth remained productive in 1933, batted .301 with 34 home runs, 103 RBIs, and a league-leading 114 walks, as the Yankees finished in second place 7 games behind the Washington Senators. Athletics manager Connie Mack selected him to play right field in the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game, held on July 6, 1933 at Comiskey Park in Chicago. He hit the first home run in the All-Star Game's history, a 2-run blast off against Bill Callahan during the 3rd inning, which helped the AL win the game 4-2.
Babe's number 1, there's no question.
He was one of the very greatest hitters ever.
The 1932 series is Babe's last, yet it produces his greatest moment.
Babe Ruth in 1932 either did or did not call his shot off Charlie Root.
Yeah. Oh, what a moment.
I'll never forget it. Was a tough series. Both clubs riding each other, doing everything to get each other's goat. Well, at this one particular time when I went to bat, Charlie Root was pitching.
Yelling from the Cub dugout was positively sulphurous, as well as from the fans. They were in on this. This was a Chicago crowd, and they were throwing things and yelling, and Ruth was standing in the batter's box, yelling back at them between pitches.
And the first pitch ball was a called strike. Well, I thought it was outside and didn't like it very much.
More yelling, back and forth. Strike 2, more yelling.
Well, I didn't like that one either, so I let it go by. Well, I stepped out of the box, and by that time they were over there going crazy.
The volume coming from the stands was so loud that some of the Cub players were running out of the dugout and cupping their hands around their mouths to make sure Ruth heard them. And then he makes his famous gesture.
Well, I looked down at center field and I tore it. I said, I'm going to hit the next pitch ball right past the flagpole. Well, good Lord, must have been with me.
I have seen the motion picture film which they brought up, made by some amateur, which seems to have Babe Ruth's arm in motion. I don't know whether he called it or not.
Gabby Hartman was a catcher. He was right there. He knew what was going on. Said, no, he wasn't pointing to the stands. He's pointing to the bench and talking back to the bench because they were riding him pretty hard. He just pointed 2 fingers at the dugout and said, that's only 2 strikes. He wasn't pointing. He was pointing to the dugout. Well, it made a great story.
A lot of people have said he didn't, and it's going to be one of those things for the rest of our lives. Did he or did he not? I would say he did. I saw him point the bat out. I would say he called it.
But it would not be at all typical of Ruth. He was not a showboat. He let his back talk for him, and I'm sure he didn't call the shot.
I will go to my grave not knowing for sure, but frankly not giving a damn. I'm glad the legend exists. That I am sure of.
During his career with the New York Yankees, the team won 4 World Series and 7 American League pennants. After getting rid of Ruth, the Red Sox did not win a World Series until 2004, in an 85-year drought known to Red Sox fans as the Curse of the Bambino. The end.